All right, part 2 on the Christmas star, 2017, 2020, 2023. One was in a projection, the cartoon. The other's in the sky. The other one's in the sky. One's an alignment of 2 planets. One's a planet. So Jupiter and Saturn, the rings, the ring of fire, the panda ring, all these things are going together. And then the Jupiter, that's the Jupiter. All right, so that's that hell coming for you to gather its children. And a lot of them, the armies have already gathered. And X marks the spot. So, and that doctor for the old time machine will be showing up soon enough. All right, so 2023, the Shepherd Star, the Morning Star, Evening Star, Star of Bethlehem. All right, 4 names, 4 kings and such. So this is where we see the 24 for Eve, 25 for Adam. These things are collapsing. The last hour carries over all these things, and that's where the 2025 equals the 7. And then he did his Madison Square Garden. He's squaring up the garden, bringing in the walls, the Tim walls, the MIT walls. All right. That's also a spiritual into the carnal, where Trump built this wall, never kind of made it. And then you have this Tim walls coming in to bring in the spiritual seer and all those other things. So the also the Jupiter, first time in 800 years, 2020, that ties into the 28, which is the 4-7 on those times, and the 4-7's the 11, which is the El even. The El is the so-called God of the Hebrews. So that would tie into the Hebrew for the beer and the ale, the spirits, for that carnal man to get a hold of that spiritual essence, because they don't understand the spirit and all the other things that is going on in the world. The birth of the man-child is going on within us as we see these different things happening, and as the age of Aquarius is here, and then it sets up the foundation, and then it opens up as the age of Pisces winds down. And as these things are setting up, depending on your frequencies and what you're in tune with, and the age of Aquarius is setting the foundation and opening things up and giving people knowledge. And as you have this knowledge, you either use it or you don't. You either detox or you don't. You either get ready for the coming times or you don't. All these different things. You either take care of the body, the temple, and those things. But a lot of people already took the rib out, covered with flesh. Nuke. Lie, that soap, the brainwashing. The nuke on the temple. Acid, and Acid is the daughter of Lucy. All right, so, Acid is Lucy, and Lucy is the daughter of Satan. And I've got into all this way, way back when. All right. So as we're going into the so-called rapture, the 7th world of Buddha, 2025, the 7, the double 7, the 77. These things are lining up to where Elvis is going to be 48 years dead next year. And then that takes us in from the 2024 to the 48. And then that 48 takes us to the 48 on the 48th presidency. And then that takes you back to the 1948. And that takes you to the 80-year span. And all these little things that are collapsing in on this clock of time. And that's where the gathering of the age. And as a part of man goes higher, there's a part of man that goes lower, and they're getting sucked and moved by the sands of time, and they're eventually going to drown out. The the rapture, the seventh world of so-called Buddha, the bud, and that bud is tied to the Gaia, and then it's tied to cannabis, it's tied to money, tied to a few things, not to get sucked down on that rabbit trail. But this is where the so-called new heaven is going to be laid upon the earth, in a matter of speaking. And that's where hell comes to consume the so-called man-child that's being born. And the Herod is Kamala, and she's the one who has the reins to the Lady Liberties putting out the light. And Trump, Joe called them garbage, and then Trump showed up with the garbage truck per se and the garbage unit, and he's taking out the trash, and that's part of gathering up the old age and all these other things, folks. Okay, so so as a man-child is born, as hell's placed upon the earth, this is when you have Satan, the children of hell, rise as the fire comes for them. And that fire is done in different ways, and then this part of this thing and whatever, because everything's going to be changed on the projection, in a matter of speaking. Everything's going to be open. The books are open, and they're judged when the books are open, and they're already telling you about the Facebook of life per se, and it's been open. We just haven't seen it yet because they're telling you that they're doing this and that censorship or whatever, but this is when everything's just boom. And then that's when they're all open per se for the time of Pluto coming in. And then as this time of Pluto comes in, changing things for 20 years, that's when the things flipped over, in a matter of speaking, and new light and new heaven and earth is here, as the old is just petering away, and you're turning back into those tribal Indians or whatever that they tell you we came from. Okay, so the seventh heaven per se, 666, the Madison Square Garden, the walls, all these things that are being placed in different aspects. This is for just to this is the age of Pisces, where you're under that begotten sun. And that begotten sun, as that old candle light's going out, this is where their light's going out, and they are either going to, they all have the oil in them, but and they all have parts of the program in them. It's just a matter of breaking the program. And as the program breaks, are they going to break, or are they going to reprogram it? Okay, so that's where these times are coming up, where the program is kind of opened up, where Pandora's box is already here, but that's when the program, the brainwashing, the spies, all these things are opened up. And as America, as at that old projection is where America can't, that end of an age. Okay, let's talk about this Christ at the session of the right hand, because this is where America, we can't be bombed, we can't be attacked and whatever. Okay, and this is where we see Homeland or 9/11 in one way. Okay, where America can't be attacked, and we saw a little soft opening up, and that was for the age of Aquarius opening up and whatever. And this is where America is going to be, that twin 9/11 can be where we're attacked from the outside on a big aspect for that rib and nucleic acid on another way. And then we have the twin 9/11 coming in as far as the homeland terror. And this can be where we can see some things happen after the election. And this is where so-called Biden attacks his own, that I've warned you about in the past. So different things are going to be playing out, not to get in these little side trails with the other things. I'm going to do another video on that stuff. But this is where 2025 Christmas spirit. It's all coming in, and that spirit is coming within all of us, and the birth of that man child, the baby boomers from the 46 to the 64, and you got Biden, 46 president, Trump born in 46. All right, so all those things are going. All right, so we'll wrap it up here, folks. The births of the stars are here. The king is here. Stars been shown. The trumpets have sounded. Okay? It's very, very easy to understand. And I don't know how else to teach these things, because when I talk to people and I say the same things, there's one person over here who understands perfectly. You take the same words, person over here, they don't get it at all. So how you got, I mean, it's, I don't know how else to do it. That's where you just gotta be like, well, these people are just programmed. They're the children of hell. He'll save us. The hell is the bondage, and that's part of your slavery that the Bible brings you into. It brings you into a carnal one, and it brings you into a spiritual one. Anyways.